Guys, welcome back to my channel, Pinoy Abroad. So we're heading out to the park. My wife in the back, my baby also in the back. We're going to this park that we haven't been to yet. I googled it up. It looks nice. It's a walking trail, so we're just gonna go take a walk, get some sun. It's really sickening in the house because of all this stay at home, the shelter in place is what they call it. People are just staying home. But right now, because the sun is out and it's nicer outside, a lot of people are outside also. You see the cars out there. Usually when you go out, drive outside, there's barely cars. It looks like people are now active and they're outside and they don't care about the coronavirus anymore, which is bad. I've been still looking at the website about the coronavirus rate of infection here in Minnesota. It looks like it's a steady increase still. Right now it's 3.6% of infection rate, 3.6% of the total tested people. So that means there's over 29,000 people that have been tested, and there's about a little over 1,000 people that got positive. So guys, we've tried several parks already, but they're all packed. So I didn't push through because we didn't want to expose ourselves to those people. See, the thing is, there's a lot of teenagers out there and they're like jogging, walking. They're not even observing social distancing. This is crazy. And, you know, people, this type of mentality, these are the people who will spread the virus. And as long as people have this type of mentality, this COVID thing isn't going to be over. Alright guys, so this is the park closer to us. There's only a few cars that are parked over here in this parking lot, so that tells me there's only a few people in this whole park. So I'll take it, I'd rather take it over the rest of those parks that we went to, because they're really packed. So yep, we're gonna go for a walk, I guess, and then just get some sunshine. I'm not sure if I can jog today. It looks like not. Maybe we'll just go for like maybe an hour walk or so, just to kind of sweat out some some stuff, some toxins from the body, and yeah.
Gusto mo mahal lalagyan ng bata?
Yeah. Trailer. There's a trailer over there. Alright guys, we're walking now. So right, this is a quick update, guys. Because of this COVID thing that is happening now, because of the rate of infection that's really going up really high in New York. I think half of the cases in the United States is in New York. There's really more and more demand for nurses now. As a matter of fact, my mom texted me like a job post in Chicago. They're looking for nurses to take care of COVID patients, and it was like $128 per hour, and you're probably gonna be working from 8 hours to 12 hours a shift, I think. And I was like, no thank you. No thank you. It's crazy. And I would be willing to work for these patients only if the government provides us the right PPE or personal protective equipment. Unfortunately, we don't have that right now, and I talked about that in previous videos, and that's because we get them from China. And unfortunately, we don't have a good relationship with China right now because of all these mockery from United States. That's what they call it, calling it a Chinese virus, a Wuhan virus. Unfortunately, the president of the United States has upset the Chinese government, so that's why. But anyway, guys, in our unit here in our hospital, we have already prepared for this coming surge. We know it's coming. We don't know when. It might be this coming week or so. But when it comes, we're gonna be the last unit to get the COVID patients. I'm happy that we're just not a COVID unit right now. There's like tiers. So there's tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. So every tier there's like, I think, 5 to 6 units. So they have to fill all those 6 units before it goes to the second tier, and then there's another about 6 units in tier 2, and then another probably 2 or 3 units in tier 3. Then after all of those are filled, then we get those patients, we get those COVID patients. And just because we don't have enough in our unit, we just don't have enough isolation rooms, and that's why we can't get as much of those patients anymore, and we're not an ICU trained unit. And so I'm just happy that that's the case. Pretty much people who have not got the COVID yet, they're very irresponsible, I would say. They don't care because they don't have the COVID yet. They're out there, they're not even thinking about the social distancing. You know, when this started, people got really crazy and they got really anxious about this, and people were like sort of they were kind of paranoid about it. So everyone was wearing masks, and they bought all the masks from Amazon until they all ran out. Now what are they doing? They're not even observing social distancing. They're not washing their hands. They're still out there, you know, they're crowding up at the parks and stuff. So what's all the craziness all about? What's all the panic all about? What's all the panic for? You're not even putting it to practice, so it's pointless. Bah.
Pero sa ang tingin mo sa akin? Pag kinukuha ka ng picture, ay mo tumingin.
Ito kaya tayo. Ewan dyan, dito tayo. Alright guys, not much people over here, but I still see people walking. I don't want to be walking with them. See those guys there? Just hiking up. There's that road over there. You can't probably see it, guys, but I don't want to take that road because there's a lot of people coming, and I don't want to meet those people, because then you exchange breaths. You breathe what they breathe. The only downside when you're walking in the woods, guys, is that when you encounter some coyotes, because they could be really aggressive, they could attack you, or if you can encounter bears, then that would be really terrible. But you know, fortunately, luckily, we don't have a lot of bears here in Minnesota, except if you go up north, like close to Duluth, then yeah, there might be some bears, black bears over there. Hindi na maglakad-lakad sana. Gusto mag-upo dun eh. Upo tayo dun.
So, may upuan ba?
Meron po.
May nasilip ka?
Nag-explore lang ako. Hindi ka, baka merong stick dyan eh.
Yun lang.
Another thing to mention, guys, is that some hospitals now are, you know, cutting down on hours on nurses, because like there's not much patients right now. And what I mean by not much patient is that because the normal patients that we get, like the cardiac patients, renal patients, you know, anything that has a flare up like COPD or infection, stuff like that, they've halted that, and they've, like, for patients who are not really bad, they sent them back home. They sent them with medications to treat their own condition at home as much as possible, and they're just really taking the ones that really need emergency treatment, and that's because they don't want to expose these patients in the hospital, and so the census in the hospital has dropped down low, and they're like cutting hours on nurses, and then also some nurses have complained and they've been fired because of because of some issues with the PPEs. It's just ironic because at this point you need more nurses, you need more doctors, and the government is already asking some of those retired nurses and doctors to come back to their duty and work again, because they will probably need more of them in the future, this coming weeks or so. And it's just, I don't just understand the process. And it's like, you need nurses, but why are you cutting down on these people? Why don't you just like wait until the surge comes and, you know, preserve these nurses instead of cutting their hours, or instead of firing them? Heading home. Kulit na bata. Cook. Say, see you later, guys.
Talagang gustong ano. Ay, lalaki talaga to. Gusto talaga niya, oh. Gusto talaga niya.
Say hi to the camera. 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 Hello. Wanna play? Wanna play? No, hello. So I guess that's about it, guys. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe by hitting the bell button, so I can notify on my next videos. Right now, all I can really update you about is about the situation that is happening here in the United States. And it's really sad that this situation has to happen, but hopefully it'll be over soon. And once that's over, then we're back to business, hopefully, if that ever happens again. But anyway, guys, if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. Stay safe, and I wish you all the best. Always wash your hands and stay away from any diseases. Protect yourself and your family. Peace out.